think going vegetarian is always healthy, think again. Many people avoid meat just to find themselves eating a lot of sugar, starch, processed junk. And that's a recipe for trouble such as permanent fatigue, deficiency, anemia, diabetes, hair loss, and many more trouble. So whether you are new to it or just want to do it better, in this video, I'm going to share 4 golden rules to build a strong, balanced, and energizing vegetarian diet. One of the best ways to prevent chronic diseases like hypertension, heart attack, stroke, obesity, and even cancer. Hi, I'm Dr. Jean-Pierre Kabongo, a family physician with 20 plus years of experience. We are going to break down simply what to eat, what to avoid, and how to make sure your plate gives you the power, proteins, and peace of mind your body needs. Without further delay, let's jump to rule number 1. This rule is dealing with the basic knowledge of nutrients and food that contain them. So, what is a nutrient? A nutrient is a substance that the body needs to function, to grow, and stay healthy. In short, a nutrient is just any substance the body requires to maintain life and health. There are 2 types of nutrients. We have macro and micro. So the macronutrients are those who are needed in large amounts, such as carbohydrates that we call sugar. So as we know, this is a source of energy. These are contained in the food such as whole grain or brown rice, oats, quinoa, sweet potatoes, and corn. The second category of macronutrients are proteins. These are the building blocks of the body and the tissues. Example will be like beans, lentils, tofu, quinoa, seeds, eggs, dairy, if you are not vegan. Please note that the plant proteins tend to be incomplete, meaning they lack certain amino acid. Number 3, nutrients are fats. We're talking about healthy fats here that comes from foods such as avocado, olive oil, nut seeds. This is needed for each and every processes in our body. Now, the second portion of nutrients are micronutrients. These are needed in small amount. So we're talking about vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin C, which is contained in foods such as citrus, bell pepper, iron, which is contained in things like spinach, lentils, pumpkin seeds, calcium, which is contained in foods such as green leafy vegetables, fortified plant milks, such as tofu. And then the other one is zinc, which is contained in all grains, in legumes. Rule number 2, eat balanced meal. So what does it mean, balanced meal, in the context of vegetarianism? A balanced meal means eating a combination of food that provide all the necessary nutrients your body needs in the right proportions and include all major food groups with every meal at once or across the day. So this is very important. We need to consume this food together at each and every meal to maintain energy, support growth, and promote overall health. So a balanced meal typically includes all the macronutrients and micronutrients. So these are proteins, good sugar, fat, and water. I will give you an example of a balanced vegetarian lunch. So you will be taking quinoa, which gives you carbs. You take black beans, which gives you proteins, and mix it with avocado, which gives you healthy fat, and vegetables, which gives you macronutrients and fibers. And then you will accompany that with smoothie made of almond milk, banana, chia seed, and spinach. You have to think your plate is divided into 4 parts. The first half will be made of your vegetables and fruits. And now the second part will be divided into 2 parts. So the 25% of the plate will be made of your proteins, and the remaining will be made of your carbohydrates. So this is basically the plate layout we advise people here in Canada. Rule number 3 will be to eat variety of food. So in the context of vegetarianism, the notion of behind eating variety is about getting all the necessary nutrients your body needs by consuming a wide range of plant-based food, because no single plant food contains every nutrient in the right amount. So there are 5 reasons why eating variety is important for people who are vegetarians. So number 1 reason for combination is to avoid nutritional gaps. So as we said, unlike meat, fish, which contain pretty much everything that the body needs to make the proteins, but the plant tend to be nutrient specific. So variety helps ensure you are not missing essential nutrients like protein, iron, calcium, B12, omega-3, zinc. So number 2 reason for combination will be we need to combine to have complete proteins. As we said before, plant-based protein tend to be incomplete. They miss some amino acid to make the proteins. The 3rd reason would be to benefit from different phytochemicals, which are colorful in the fruits and vegetables. So they contain unique antioxidants in the plant compound. So the reason why plants are actually very beneficial is because of the phytochemicals they have in them, such as lycopene in tomatoes, anthocyanin in berries. So number 4 reason is to support gut health. The variety of fiber-rich food like legumes, grains, fruit, vegetables feed different gut bacteria, improving digestion and immunity. And number 5 is to prevent food fatigue. As you will notice this, plant-based food tend to be repetitive. So to avoid boredom and poor adherence, variety keeps our meal exciting and satisfying. So that's why we have to mix up all of those things. So the key message here is we need to eat the rainbow. We have to mix grains, protein, and rotate our staples. Talking about combination, we have good and bad combinations. So good combination will be, for example, having iron-rich food with vitamin C-rich food to enhance the iron absorption. Bad combination will be, for example, combining iron-rich food with calcium-rich food like milk. So imagine if you eat iron-rich food like lentils and then you drink a glass of milk, which is rich in calcium. The calcium is going to compete with iron. You end up with poor absorption of iron, and you wonder why. You might be eating well, but the iron you're eating isn't being absorbed. The other example will be combining food that are rich in iron, like tea and coffee, which are actually rich in what we call tannins, and these inhibit iron absorption. So now imagine if you're eating good food that are rich in iron, and then at the end you drink tea, especially if you put milk in it. That is like last nail on the coffin. So please don't drink coffee or tea after consuming your food. Please take these food at different meals to avoid them competing and not being absorbed. So far, if this content is useful to you, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss such a science-backed health content like this one the next time. And feel free to please share it with your family and friends. The last rule for healthy vegetarian diet is wise supplementation. So in the context of vegetarianism, especially for vegans, some nutrients are harder to get in sufficient amount from plant-based food alone. So this makes supplementation sometimes very necessary to prevent deficiencies, promote long-term health, and support energy, brain, and immune function. So essential supplements for vegetarianism are roughly 6 of them. The first one will be B12 vitamins. The second, the vitamin D, the omega-3 fatty acid, zinc, calcium, and iron. And then I have to mention one thing here. I've said it many times and I'll repeat again. Iron contained in plant is what we call non-heme iron. And this iron is not readily absorbable. Hence, we have to combine it with vitamin C-rich food. You will realize that all of these supplementations are the very same supplementation that we need for hair growth. If somebody is coming with a hair loss, this is pretty much what we're looking for, because lack of this would bring you to the hair loss. So you would understand why hair loss is very prevalent in people who are vegetarian. Hence, if you follow this video very well, you're going to avoid all of those problems that other people will be having. So thank you for following. I hope you have enjoyed this video and we will meet in the next one. Thank you.